Hello, this is Ray from DCRainmaker.com. Today I've got Garmin's new Edge 20 and 25 GPS-enabled bike computers. Now these are super tiny, as you can see right here, and they both have GPS in them. The difference is, you just kind of saw this one pop up there. The one on the right, the Edge 25, has ANT Plus in it, as well as Bluetooth Smart, whereas this one does not. So this one will record GPS, and you can look at your files afterwards on Garmin Connect, but you'll have to have a computer with a USB port to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to walk through the Edge 25 and I'll kind of note the differences, but otherwise they're physically the same dimensions and outsides. It's virtually identical. They both use the Garmin Edge quarter-turn mount that's been around for years, so you can use any third-party mounts that you'd like, but pretty straightforward. So I'm going to put that behind me there and kind of walk through how this works. Now think of this a lot like the Garmin Edge 200 unit that's been out for a while. That was a cheaper unit that kind of had limited functionality, limited customization. It's much sort of the same story here. So I'm going to go ahead and I can scroll down just to kind of walk through the buttons. You have a light button up here at the top. You have the kind of a back button right there. This is the down button. And this is a selecting button. So if I go ahead and go down, I can go to history, for example. I can open that up. I can look at past rides. I can go down to records, and here is where I'll get some of the different PR type information, for example, longest ride and so on. And I can go down to totals as well. If I go back, I've got courses. Now this will go ahead and display turn-by-turn navigation for courses that are downloaded from your phone. So it's going ahead and it's pulling that information on and allowing you to route from this unit itself, which is definitely a pretty big feature bump compared to some of the past Garmin's at the lower price points. And then if I go ahead and go down again, I've got settings. Within settings, I can change my ride settings here. So for example, laps, I can do both manual laps as well as auto laps. But on the auto laps, you're limited to basically 1 kilometer, 1 mile, and 5 kilometer, 5 mile. So kind of a bit less customization than you might have seen in the past. And of course, manual lap with the lap key. I've still got auto pause, auto scroll, and data fields. Now data fields, there are precisely 2 data pages that you have on these units, and within that you get 3 data fields each. So you've got the top one there, that's right now for time. I've got distance, and then I've got speed. I can change those data fields to just these ones right here. So I've got time, distance, speed, average speed, calories, cadence, total ascent. That's basically it. So just to keep that in mind, and heart rate would also be in there as well. But right now I haven't got that set up. So somewhat limited in terms of customization, but again, for many people, three data fields is perfectly fine. Since you have 2 pages, you can always change between those 2 pages. So you really got 6 fields to work with. We'll go ahead and go back again. This is where I can connect ANT Plus sensors, so I can go ahead and just simply connect to the sensors there, and then down Bluetooth for Bluetooth pairing to my mobile phone. Course options, this is to enable or disable the term prompts and also to enable segment prompts. These are Garmin Connect segments, not Strava segments though, so kind of keep that in mind. And then user profiles, your standard weight, gender, height, etc. And then into the system for language, time, units. So, I had it on kilometers. If I wanted to go to miles, I can do that here, change that, and now the unit will display in miles. So GPS and then the about information. So I'm going to go ahead and back to the main page here, and then go to the ride page. And then here I'll go ahead and select. If I wanted to change the ride options, I can go into ride modes, and it has a couple different modes as far as basic, going for a time goal, a distance goal, or following course. So you see those here, and calories as well. Again, going back, you can also configure a heart rate alert, so based on zones, or as well based on a simple custom high-low value, so high or low value there. And then location is to be able to go basically to indoor or outdoor mode. For example, if you wanted to be on a trainer with ANT Plus sensors, you can get distance indoors. So let's go back, and then we click on Start. You'll see at this point it's auto pause because I turned that on, but you can see the time, distance, cadence, average speed. There's my beats per minute and heart rate zone. So this is sort of that third data field that's not shown, or data page that's not shown, but it does have my heart rate there, and then allows me to, I'm just going to kind of skip through this. And they're back to the time page as well. Sorry, so standing here with the auto pause probably wasn't such a good idea to be able to show you how that works. But you can see there's my data fields, cadence, that's the beats per minute, and my heart rate zone, in the back of the time page. So I guess 4 pages in total. 1 is the date and time, 1 is your custom page number 1, that is custom page number 2, This is your beats per minute and your heart rate zone. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and stop it. I can discard or save it. I'll go ahead and discard that. I only need to save that. And now I'm back to the main page there. So that is the Garmin Edge 20 and 25. The main difference again between the 20 and 25 is anything that had the sensors, for example the amp plus heart rate or the cadence there, that wouldn't be there on the 20. And the same goes for the Bluetooth smart capability, so the ability to sync to your phone is not there as well. Thanks for watching.